Hey podcasters, welcome to the first episode of Depths of Youth in the Mind.
So this is a podcast made by Depths of Youth, a teen-led organization which aims to educate others on mental health.
Thank you for joining us on our first episode. I'm Haley.
And I'm Frank.
And we're your co-hosts for today.
So today we'll be talking about our organization and our own mental health overall,
And also the initiatives that we have planned and just an introduction to our podcast so that you guys will join us next week.
So you want to start?
Yeah, let's first talk about what we have planned for this podcast, which is we're going to have it distributed on Spotify weekly and also on YouTube. So what is our mission for making this podcast?
So we created this podcast because we want, a broader audience, and I feel like we feel like it would be like a funner way to educate others on mental health.
Yeah, a different way to distribute education through, audio also and video, and just a better way to interact with people who are interested in learning about mental health.
Yeah, so about our organization, Depths of Youth, we have a lot of initiatives planned. We got a Speak Up program, future psychologist. We also got a book club that we're planning to make. So Haley, do you want to tell us about the Speak Up program?
Yeah, let's go into depth about that. So the Speak Up program is an article initiative, and it's run primarily by our journalism department. So in our Instagram bio, we have a link for a Google form for people who want to apply to be in our articles, and it's people who have experienced or are currently dealing with mental health issues, like mostly in their youth, but of anyone of any ages. And we will pick certain people to interview, and once we have done that, we will center an article around them for other individuals who are struggling with the same issues.
Okay, perfect. And about our future psychologist event, so we're planning to have sort of like a TED Talk moment at different schools in the York Region District School Board, and we'll have professionals in the field to come and talk about their experience, going through education to get to their position that they are at now.
Yeah, and also not only the education and the university experience, but also what they're currently dealing with as a psychologist or a therapist or anyone working in the mental health field, how it affects their own mental health to be in that position, and also just what aspirations they have.
Yep, and what other initiatives did we say? Book club? Okay, so book club, we have not fully fleshed that out yet, but we're planning to have bi-weekly?
I think a weekly or bi-weekly.
Something like that. We're gonna have one of our events executives, Katie. She's gonna post different books, and y'all can join us in reading, and we'll have a debrief every week.
Yeah, and the books are going to be centered around mental health, obviously, as that's the mission of our nonprofit. We hope to maybe have high schoolers mostly, and maybe people in elementary school in grade 7 or 8, kind of the higher end of it, to join us and to talk about maybe themselves in relation to the book, and also what the books are trying to teach and share.
Right, so more about us, your co-hosts. So I am currently in grade 11, and I attend.
What if we need to bleep that out? Because what if someone actually comes for us? We might have to bleep that out.
Bleep that out.
Just in case.
Just in case, yeah. I attend a school in Canada. There we go.
Okay, I'm Haley, as I actually already said that earlier, but I am also in grade 11, and I also attend a school in Canada.
So do you want to talk about some things that affect your mental health as a teen?
I mean, I think being in this stage in high school, the thing that affects my mental health the most would be just academic stress. I mean, in grade 9 and 10, it was rather easy to get good grades, I would say. Not to be a nerd, but I'm sure a lot of y'all can sympathize. Yeah, and relate. I mean, grade 11 is really when it starts getting hard. I put a lot of my mental health and a lot of my happiness on the line when it comes to academics. And it's not even the pressure that my parents put on me, but more so just the expectations that I have on myself. Since, I mean, as someone who's previously able to excel, it's really hard to kind of turn into someone who's not at the top of the class anymore.
No, she's thriving. I'm sure she's top in her school. I know. She's a nerd, but it's it pays off. Go you, girl. Okay, and about me, I'm not as academically focused as I would like to be. So, academics don't really affect my mental health all that much. But like, hey, there's still some. So, like, yeah, if I get like a 70, I'm gonna cry. But it's like, I'm not as pressured as Haley. But there is one thing that affects my mental health a lot, which would be the social life at school. Because, teens are mean, teens are scary, and they have a lot to say. Yeah. So for me, the thing that affects my mental health the most would probably be the social life.
Like what specifically? Just friend circles or?
Well, if you're watching and you're in high school, I'm sure you guys know how it goes. Haley, you know what I'm talking about? Like the gossip, the rumors, all that.
Do you care to share?
I do care to share, actually. so story time, guys. Okay. I'm in grade 11, and my school has this thing where it's like a council, and we help out with the grade 8s and their transition into high school. So, I get to know a lot of people, and there was this girl in like my group that I was like mentoring, and I'm the mentor, so I was like taking my group around the school, getting them to know the place better, and of course I became friends with her. She had a boyfriend, and and this man, he was gonna jump me because I was talking to this girl. But the thing is, guys, I'm gay. I don't like women. So that was really funny. And I was like, damn, I didn't know I had ops like that. What about you, Haley? How does your social life affect your mental health?
I think my social life actually also, on the topic of transitioning to grade 11, kind of switched a lot from grade 10 to 11, since I had to spend like so much more time studying and keeping up with my course load that being social and just hanging out with friends was put on the back burner. I mean,
she never talks to me anymore.
That is so not true. That's so not true. But just being, I feel that I'm an inherently social person.
No, she's not.
No, sometimes my social battery, okay, it can run out. But I think I also, I get happiness from talking to friends and whatnot, right? I mean, being isolated in my room and just like studying, or not even that, but just being so busy, too busy to even talk to people, it's really been, contributor to not only my stress, like in turn, studying too much is actually making me stress more and making my academics worse, but also just like my anxiety and my happiness.
So, piece of advice for you guys that are in grade 9 or 10, or not even in high school yet. You guys shouldn't stress that much about academics. That's my ideology. I don't know if Haley...
No, I do think that's right. Right.
Because... story time! Okay, so basically...
Okay.
I have math period 1. So every time there would be a test, I would wake up hella early to like study beforehand.
Oh, I couldn't relate.
But guess what, guys? My marks were not cute, bro. I was getting like 80s, like low 80s, 82, 83. Bro, I got a 70 once. But one day I didn't wake up in time to study. But guess what I got on that test? 96, brother. This is why you never wake.
That's not a life lesson. But do you think like waking up earlier and having less sleep maybe affected the way you performed on your test?
I think you guys should prioritize your sleep, because sleep is really what helps your brain learn and comprehend all the like materials you've been learning.
I do think that's something important to note. Just like the fact that even if you're studying a lot, your mental health could like deeply suffer from not having enough sleep, and not only that, but the mental illnesses you currently have could inflame and also just like grow.
Right.
Sorry, I did not know what I was just saying just now.
It's okay.
That was so bad.
Oh, you're bad. Anyways,
thank you.
So more about teens. Okay, teens in general. Once you get to that stage of life, I think, teens are mean.
Teens are mean. That's a life lesson for today.
Don't take it personally, guys. If someone is talking crap about you, or if you drift apart from your like old friends, that's perfectly normal. So don't take it to heart. It's okay.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things for me with like drifting apart from friends is just the thought of change. I mean, yeah, that comes with school also, where it's like I stress so much about academics because I know it's gonna have an impact on me in the future. You know, if you it's that kind of mindset. If I don't do well now, I'm not going to do well in the future. And I think that's something similar with like every aspect of your life, even with in social aspects, right? Which is like, oh, we were such good friends before, and what if we're not going to be friends like that in the future? And that makes you stress more and more about like your relationship, and then it changes it in the same way.
Oh yeah, about that. Because some of y'all might have that fear, you guys might act on it and you might be like hella insecure.
Editing, Haley here. I just wanted to jump on really quick and set a disclaimer for the next part of our podcast. So can see how a lot of people may misinterpret it as us telling them never to relay their insecurities, their emotions, and their anxieties to their friends, which is not at all what we're trying to say. More so that the fact that you sharing all this with them does not necessarily mean they will help you in coping through these issues and be able to fix all of them. They are just teenagers as well, not mental health professionals, and so they don't have the experience nor the mental capacity or knowledge to be able to help you solve these issues. If you are looking for real change in your mental illnesses and to help you heal, then the best way would be to talk to a mental health professional or through the resources in the Depths of Youth bio. And also, just to note that your friends have burdens of their own too. By placing too much stress on them to fix your life or to constantly be at your aid could also affect and strain your relationship. And
insecure about your relationship and your friendships, but personal experience, don't do that. Don't be insecure about your friendships, because that just makes the other person feel really weird. Okay, story time. There was this girl, right? And she would be like really insecure about our friendship. And she would every time she would talk to me, she'd be like, Frank, are we still friends? Do you still fuck with me?
What if they watch this podcast?
She don't like me no more.
Oh, period.
But hey, if you're watching, I'm just gonna let you know that you're a nice person, you're a good person. It's just, why were you so insecure about our friendship? Mm-hmm. You know, it didn't, like, it kind of iffed me out.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you're so insecure about our friendship, why are we even friends?
Mm-hmm. That's something else I feel like we kind of need to touch upon, which is, okay, when your friends have mental health issues, obviously all you want to do is to help them, right? I mean, especially if you're really good friends, you want to be able to help them in their situation, and even like through the hardships, even as it might be affecting the terms of your relationship. But at a certain point, like, your friends can't help you anymore. It's kind of, I mean, not in a bad way, but it's kind of up to yourself to accept where your insecurities are coming from, what you need to do to help aid your anxiety so you're not acting like weird and different around your friends and you're not offending them while you're mad. Like,
period. Guys, don't let your insecurities shape who you are.
Yeah, and while like you can rely on your friends, they're often not strong enough friendships to be able to help you through your like mental health struggles all the time. You need to learn that you can't be placing that burden on other people.
Right, and guys, your friends are humans too. They are going through stuff too. So you can't always push your struggles onto, your friends.
And if you do, and if your friends are totally open to that, I mean, like, I know some friends, they truly do, like, even they just want to help, right? Just make sure you're also listening to their problems, even though it might not be as great as yours, or maybe you just think that it might not be as great as yours, but it's good to always have that, mutual understanding in that relationship, that you're there to help each other in that struggle.
Yeah, everyone has their own struggles, guys. So
clearly. Yeah, we just kind of massively just like put out all of our emotions out here on the first episode.
Yes, but hey, you guys better tune in for episode 2 next week. Oh, guys, be sure to follow our Instagram. What's it?
Depths of Youth. We post informational posts every Tuesday made by our graphic designer and our journalism department. And currently, we are doing our anxiety post. So about social anxiety, about decision-making anxiety, those are just some of the stuff we have. They might not be very common. You might not have heard of them. It's good to educate yourself.
Yeah, I know for a fact some of you probably experienced that. Yeah. Don't worry, me too. Twin.
Okay, make sure to tune in to episode 2 next week. We're going to be posting weekly on Spotify and on YouTube, and our username is Depths of Youth. So
It might not be us being your co-hosts next episode. If you miss us, hey, hit us up.
we know you'll miss us already.
Yeah, it's okay. If you miss us, just, text us.
So I think you have to subscribe and wait till we come back, because then you'll know when every episode drops and you'll be able to see the covers.
Guys, hit that bell. Hit that bell to get notified.
Subscribe and hit that bell.
Okay, thanks guys. We'll
Thanks
see
for
you
tuning in.
next time. Bye.
Bye.